So it all boils down to this, folks. One game to change it all. You're just 90 minutes or more away from bloody the final at Wembley. It's the Carabao Cup semi-final second leg. Who's going out on top? We'll take a little look next. That's right, folks. Pat wants to give me another prediction video today. It's all about the semi-final second legs right here as we look forward to those illustrious semi-finals this week. Who will go through to the final? Who, of course, will pack their bags for the last time and go home. We'll take a look at it, all of it in a second. If you knew where you've been, hit the old subscribe. Your one-stop shop for League Cup, Blackburn Rovers, World Football. We've got it all here under one roof. Give a big shout out to the Patreons and the members. You know who you are. But what we're going to do now, though, is revisit the semi-finals first leg, see how I got on there, and then, of course, look forward to those semi-finals, second legs, and who will make the illustrious final. So sit tight, hold on, here we go. Alrighty, folks, let's turn the clock back to those semi-finals first legs, and these were those, that's right. First and foremost, let's take a little look at my prediction. Now, I went with a 3-1 win for the Gooners in the first leg, but unfortunately for Arsenal, they're going to have to do it the hard way, coming out on top with a 2-0 loss. The Geordies looking like one step closer to that final. Meanwhile, in the other game, it was Liverpool. Actually, it was Spurs Liverpool, wasn't it? 1-1 was my prediction, but the final score was just a 1-0 win for Tottenham to, of course, also get a tippity toe closer to that final. So that is the state of play there. Meanwhile, of course, we did have a prediction league, I think. So keep on going with that. I'm not going to give an update just yet. I think I should give an update if we are still doing it, because I don't know what happened last time around. If we did get them in on time, I'm not too sure, but we'll get it fired up today, and then hopefully we'll have an update for the final whenever that comes. I think back end of Feb, is it, or March, something like that. But anyway, regardless of all that, let's look forward to those semi-final second legs, and we're going to start with this one. It is Newcastle. It is Arsenal. It's coming at you this coming Wednesday, the 5th. Of February, that's right now. Coming at you right here, right now. Newcastle under Eddie Howe. 67% form for them right now in all competitions and all venues. With just one win in the last 3, though. Up against Arsenal, unbeaten the last 5. 75% form for them right now. Coming at you. Now, they've played 64 times since 1993. 14 wins Newcastle, 39 wins Arsenal. There's been 11 draws between the two sides. Newcastle do have a 2-0 win. That's their highest scoreline against Arsenal, of course, of those 14 victories. 48 goals scored in those 64, averaging 0.75 goals a game when they're taking on the Gunners. Meanwhile, the visitors, that is Arsenal under Mikel Arteta, have got a 5-0 on the record. They'll need one of those, or at least there or thereabouts, to come out on top. 107 goals scored in the 64 games, 1.67 goals a game on average. Now, let's talk about the times that they played this season. They played twice, one at St James's Park, where Newcastle came out on top with a 1-0 win, and also at the Emirates. It was a 2-0 win for Newcastle in the first leg. Of course, that first game in the league was back in November. Now, the previous game was, of course, back on the 7th of Jan. Now, Arsenal are taking on Manchester City today. It's going to be a bit of a special game, that one, spicy game, where Newcastle have already played their game against Fulham. They're coming into this on the back of a defeat. Now, a quick look at the odds for this game. Now, this is a game, it can end in a draw, and a draw would only favour Newcastle on this one. But Arsenal are favoured for the victory. They are coming into this red hot to trot. Now, I'm recording this on Sunday, the 2nd of Feb. It is transfer deadline tomorrow. Arsenal have been looking out for a striker. Can they bring in a striker that can help push them towards the result here? So they are favoured for the result on the night. That's right. Now, if I have a quick look, sneaky look at the odds for the actual trophy itself, Arsenal are massively, they are the biggest outsiders. So Newcastle are second favourite to win the trophy. So that's the state of play there. What am I thinking about it? Of course, I am going to go with a 1-1 draw on the night. Now, what does that mean? I'll tell you all about that in a minute. But if you are savvy with the calculators and you got your memory in the right place, you'll know what that means. But anyway, let's go to the next one. It is Liverpool. It is, of course, Tottenham Hotspur coming at you at Anfield. Now, that's coming on this coming Thursday, the 6th of February. Liverpool under Arne Slot, 75% form for them right now. Just one defeat in the last 6. I mean, it's Tottenham under Ange Postecoglou, 50% form for them at the moment, winning 3 and losing 3 over the last 6. Now, they played each other 69 times, dude. 35 wins for Liverpool, 16 wins for Spurs. There's been 18 draws between the two sides. Now, if you look back through the record books of those 69 games, Liverpool do have a 5-0 win on their record, scoring 124 goals against Spurs. That's averaging 1.80 goals a game. They'll need that as well. They need that source for this game. Up against Tottenham, and of course, they have a 4-0 win on the record against Liverpool. They've scored 85 goals against them. That's 1.23 goals a game. Now, coming into this, Liverpool have not lost any of the last 15 home games, so they are pretty hot to trot. But they played each other twice in this season. Once, actually, both of those games were in London. 6-3 it was for Liverpool in the Premier League back in December the 22nd. Now, Spurs got a bit of a revenge on that 1-0 win against them in the first leg. Last time they played at Anfield, it was a 4-2 win for Liverpool back in May 5th, 2024. I'm trying to see last time Spurs picked up a victory at Anfield, and I'm struggling. I am struggling to see a Spurs victory against Liverpool at Anfield. A draw, though. A draw is not out of the question. We've seen a couple of those in recent years, so that's probably what we're looking at. Now, coming into this, Spurs on the back of that 3-1 win at Elfsborg. They're taking on Brentford tonight. Liverpool did beat Bournemouth 2-0. To get back to winning ways following that 3-2 loss to PSV Eindhoven in the Champions League. Busy week for both on this one now. The odds for this game and this game alone. Liverpool massive favourites, Tottenham massive underdogs. The draw is smack dab in the middle. Now, if you are to look at the odds right here, right now, Tottenham are third favourites to lift the trophy, with Liverpool massive favourites to lift the trophy. So what does that mean? That says that the bookies are going to back Liverpool on this one, of course. And I'm also leaning towards, I think they'll win the game. Of course, 3-1 win. Now, is that enough? Again, if your memories are all about you got your calculators out, then you'll know what's going to happen here. So, of course, that's my prediction, going with a 3-1 win for the night. Now, what does that mean on aggregates? Start with the top ones. Newcastle 1, Arsenal 1. That will see the Geordies go through 3-1, I believe. Is that right? Did I get that right? 3-1. See, my memory's a little bit all over the place. They will go through to the final, and they'll be joined by Liverpool, go through 3-2 on aggregate in what will be an absolute cracking Carabao Cup final. Who's your money on? Let me know down below. Who do you think will get their hands on some glory? Will Newcastle finally get some silverware in the bank, or will it be Liverpool under Arnie Slot getting his first piece of silverware once again? That's my predictions, guys. Make sure you get yours in as well using the link for the prediction league. And then, of course, we'll be back for those final games and maybe do a simulation with the Football Manager, whatever version is out at that point. But anyway, until then, subscribe, smash the like. Catch you guys later. But until then, we are done.